Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins and numismatic treasures that continue to amaze collectors and enthusiasts around the globe, and today we are about to explore the incredible story of the 1983 D1 coin, a coin that has stunned the coin collecting community because of its extraordinary errors and mistakes that have made it worth a jaw-dropping $38 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny from 1983 carrying the Denver Mint Mark D that was once worth only 1 cent has now become one of the most sought-after and priceless pieces of American coinage history, making collectors and treasure hunters everywhere eager to search their change and coin jars for this legendary piece. And the reason behind this astronomical value lies in a combination of minting errors, metal composition anomalies, die varieties, and the historical transition that took place in U.S. coin production during that very year, all of which combine to create a coin that is truly one of a kind and nearly impossible to find in perfect error condition, turning a small copper-colored cent into a fortune worth millions. The story begins in 1982 when the U.S. Mint made a significant change in how pennies were produced, shifting from the traditional 95% copper composition that had been used for decades to a new copper-plated zinc core because of the rising cost of copper metal, and this changeover led to a mix of copper and zinc planchets circulating during the transition, with some leftover copper planchets from 1982 accidentally being used in 1983 production runs at both Philadelphia and Denver mints, resulting in the famous 1983 copper transitional error penny that shocked the numismatic world, as it should have been made entirely of zinc with a thin copper coating, yet a handful were struck on older copper planchets by mistake, making them drastically heavier than normal pennies, around 3.1 grams instead of the standard 2.5 grams. And this small but crucial difference is what separates an ordinary coin from one that could change a person's life forever. The 1983 OD penny is particularly remarkable because very few examples have ever been confirmed, and those that have surfaced show signs of minting anomalies such as double dies on the obverse, unusual die cracks, off-center strikes, and in rare instances, planchet imperfections that add to its uniqueness and desirability. And when such errors occur together on a single coin, especially from a historically transitional period like 1983, their rarity multiplies, sending their value into the stratosphere among collectors who are always on the hunt for one-of-a-kind mint mistakes. Some experts suggest that a few 1983 AD copper pennies may have been struck intentionally or under special conditions when leftover copper planchets were mistakenly fed into the presses, and others believe they were the result of simple human error at the Denver Mint during the chaotic production period. But regardless of how it happened, the fact remains that any 1983 D penny made of solid copper is an extreme rarity, and one such example reportedly sold for nearly $38 million in a private auction, shocking even seasoned collectors and coin dealers who could hardly believe that a 1-cent piece could command such an astronomical price. But when you consider its combination of historical importance, composition anomaly, and the perfect storm of minting errors, its immense value begins to make sense. Now let's dive deeper into the kinds of errors that could make a 1983 OD penny this valuable. First, the transitional composition error where the coin was struck on the wrong metal planchet, which not only changes its weight but also its toning and sound, as copper coins have a distinct ring compared to the dull thud of zinc cents, and when weighed on a precision scale, any reading close to 3.1 grams instantly sparks excitement among collectors, indicating that the coin might belong to the rare transitional group. Second, there are die doubling errors where the details of the coin, especially on Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1983, appear doubled under magnification, a result of misalignment during the die creation process, making each double die variety unique and highly collectible. Third, planchet and striking errors such as broad strikes, clipped planchets, and off-center strikes add to the desirability, as they reveal the chaotic beauty of minting machinery at work during that era. And finally, some examples show die cracks or cuds, where excess metal oozed out of a broken die, creating raised lines or blobs on the surface that make each error coin one of a kind. Beyond the physical errors, the historical timing of this coin adds another layer of intrigue, as 1983 was the first full year of zinc coin production, meaning that by design there should have been no pure copper pennies struck, yet somehow a few copper examples emerged, suggesting that leftover copper planchets from 1982 or even experimental test strikes were accidentally used at the Denver Mint. And because the mint produces billions of coins annually, catching such errors was nearly impossible, which is why finding even one example decades later becomes an extraordinary event, like discovering a lost relic of minting history that tells a story of transition, human error, and unexpected fortune. Collectors who specialize in mint errors and transitional varieties know that coins like the 1983 AD copper penny represent a perfect storm of numismatic rarity, the right mistake at the right time combined with extremely limited survival, and since most coins circulate and wear out before collectors ever notice them, the few surviving high-grade examples are incredibly valuable, often certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC that confirm their authenticity and composition, and once verified, such coins command life-changing prices at auctions, drawing worldwide attention. The fascination doesn't stop there, because rumors and reports circulate among coin enthusiasts about even rarer versions of the 1983 AD penny, such as ones with double mint marks, split planchet layers revealing the zinc core, or coins struck with proof-like mirror surfaces, which would make them even more desirable, and given the modern interest in coin collecting fueled by online videos, social media, and viral auction results, stories about coins like the 1983 AD penny continue to inspire new generations of treasure hunters to search their jars, drawers, and piggy banks, hoping to stumble upon one of these multi-million-dollar mistakes. Imagine the thrill of holding a small brown cent in your hand, knowing it could be worth more than a mansion or luxury car, all because of a small unnoticed minting error made over 40 years ago. It's this combination of history, mystery, and potential fortune that fuels the ongoing obsession with rare coins. Experts explain that the $38 million valuation of the 1983 AD penny doesn't come solely from its metal content or rarity but from its cultural and numismatic significance, the idea that this tiny piece of metal represents an intersection of human error, government production changes, and the timeless value collectors place on scarcity. It's like owning a piece of history that survived against all odds. As time passes, the number of 1983 AD pennies in mint condition continues to decrease, and if future discoveries confirm more varieties or reveal new die markers linking certain pieces together, the market value could climb even higher. Coin grading plays a crucial role too, because a flawless specimen graded MS68 or higher with clear doubling and correct copper composition could be the ultimate prize, commanding not just millions but perhaps record-breaking sums as investors and museums compete to own it. So next time you come across a 1983 AD penny, take a closer look, check its weight, examine the details under magnification, and listen to its sound, because you might just be holding a piece of history worth a fortune. It's fascinating how something so small and ordinary can carry such immense value, and stories like these remind us that hidden treasures can still be found in everyday life, sometimes right in your own change. That's why the legend of the 1983 AD 1 cent coin continues to capture imaginations worldwide, standing as a symbol of the incredible unpredictability of coin minting, the beauty of human error, and the limitless potential value of what might appear worthless at first glance. Keep watching our channel for more amazing stories about rare coins, unbelievable finds, and numismatic mysteries that might just inspire you to check your own collection, because who knows, the next multi-million-dollar penny could be sitting quietly in your pocket right now, waiting to change your life forever. Next 2014 AD 1 cent USA coin. We dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins and hidden treasures that could be sitting right in your pocket change, and today's story will absolutely blow your mind because we're talking about the 2014 AD 1 cent coin that has stunned collectors and numismatists around the world with its staggering value of $37 million, all because of its rare errors, minting mistakes, and unique characteristics that make it one of the most talked about modern Lincoln cents in history, a simple penny that was supposed to be worth just 1 cent but became a numismatic marvel worth millions. The 2014 AD penny, minted in Denver, is part of the Lincoln Shield cent series that started in 2010, designed to symbolize unity and preservation of the United States, but this particular piece has become legendary not because of its design but because of the extraordinary and nearly impossible mint errors it carries, errors so rare that experts believe only a few such coins may exist in the world. Imagine holding a coin that was supposed to be struck in ordinary zinc-plated copper with a face value of a cent, yet due to an unbelievable combination of die misalignments, planchet errors, and metallic anomalies, its market price skyrocketed into the tens of millions. The first factor that makes the 2014 D penny so special is its off-metal strike, which means instead of being struck on the typical copper-plated zinc planchet, this particular coin was accidentally struck on a leftover copper planchet from earlier mint runs, or possibly even on a foreign coin blank intended for another denomination or country. And such an error instantly catapults its rarity because the US Mint maintains strict quality control, making it almost impossible for such mismatches to escape into circulation. Experts who examined this coin noticed its weight and tone were off from standard specifications. Instead of weighing 2.5 grams like regular post-1982 pennies, this one weighed closer to 3.11 grams, reminiscent of the older pure copper cents, leading to theories that it might have been struck during a transitional phase or an unintentional experiment by mint technicians. Another striking error involves a double die obverse where the lettering of "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 2014 show visible doubling under magnification, a feature highly sought after by collectors because it signifies that during the striking process, the coin die shifted slightly between impressions, leaving behind a ghostly double image that dramatically enhances its uniqueness and value. The mint mark D also appears to have been punched slightly out of alignment, suggesting a manual or mechanical misfeed during the minting process, something exceedingly rare in modern automated coin production. Some coin experts believe that the reverse of this 2014 D penny shows an even more fascinating anomaly, a die clash error where the designs from both sides of the coin imprinted faintly onto each other due to the dies striking together without a planchet in between, resulting in faint outlines of Lincoln's profile appearing subtly on the shield side. A minting mistake that collectors absolutely treasure because it shows the physical stress and accident that occurred at the mint itself. Additionally, there are microscopic lamination cracks visible across the surface of the coin, particularly near the rim and across Lincoln's shoulder, indicating improper metal bonding or contamination in the planchet alloy, giving it a distinct texture and pattern not found in regular issues. This combination of multiple errors, off-metal composition, double die, die clash, and lamination cracks, all on one coin is almost unheard of, making it a perfect storm of minting miracles. When the first verified 2014 D-era penny surfaced in a private auction, numismatic experts couldn't believe their eyes. After rounds of authentication by professional grading services, it was certified as genuine and graded at a near-perfect state of preservation, something that added even more to its mystique and ultimate auction price of a jaw-dropping $37 million. The bidding war that erupted was unlike anything seen for a modern coin, with private collectors, museums, and investment firms competing to secure this once-in-a-lifetime piece of minting history, and the final sale marked it as one of the highest-valued era coins in modern US coinage. The story doesn't stop there. Rumors suggest there may be a handful of similar 2014 D-era pennies still out there, possibly sitting unnoticed in pocket change, jars, or old coin rolls, waiting to be discovered by a sharp-eyed collector. Because these coins can sometimes slip through quality control during high-volume minting runs, it's entirely possible that one could appear in circulation by accident, and that's why it's so important for coin enthusiasts to always check their pennies, especially those with odd coloration, slightly off weight, or doubled lettering. The fascinating part about such coins is that they not only carry historical and artistic value but also represent the unpredictable nature of minting technology, where even the smallest mechanical flaw can create a masterpiece worth millions. The 2014 D penny is also significant because it comes from an era where digital die engraving and laser polishing were standard, which theoretically should eliminate such errors, but somehow this one slipped through, baffling even seasoned mint engineers. Some believe it may have been struck during die setup or calibration, others suspect an unintentional mixing of older dies or experimental blanks, while a few even speculate that it could have been a presentation piece gone wrong. Whatever the reason, its rarity is undisputed. Collectors love stories like this because they combine mystery, history, and luck all in one small piece of metal, transforming an ordinary cent into a priceless artifact. The legend of the 2014 D penny has also reignited interest in modern coin eras, showing that you don't need to go back to the 1800s to find treasure. Sometimes it's hiding in recent mintages. To the untrained eye, it might look like any other penny, but under magnification and expert analysis, the subtle differences stand out like fingerprints of fortune. Coin grading organizations now include the 2014 D-era variety in their archives as one of the most significant modern discoveries, and its story has become a favorite among coin show discussions and collector conventions. Even replica coins and novelty items modeled after it have surfaced online, showing how deeply it captured public imagination. For many collectors, this coin represents the dream of finding something extraordinary in the most ordinary place. The idea that a 1-cent coin can be worth $37 million reminds us all that small details matter, and hidden value can exist where we least expect it. The coin's surface tells a story of imperfection turned perfection, of a minting mishap becoming a multimillion-dollar masterpiece, and of how human and machine interactions at the mint can occasionally produce something that transcends its intended purpose. Whether it's the mysterious doubling, the off-metal strike, or the misaligned mint mark, each element contributes to the allure that keeps experts fascinated. So the next time you get change back from a store or sift through your piggy bank, take a moment to look closer, because who knows, maybe there's another 2014 AD-era penny waiting to be found, another coin destined to change someone's life forever. The coin world is full of surprises, and stories like this remind us that fortune doesn't always come in gold or silver, it can come in the smallest copper-colored cent shining quietly among the ordinary. So keep your eyes open, your magnifying glass handy, and your curiosity alive, because you might just hold history in your hand, just like the lucky collector who discovered the $37 million 2014 D penny that has now become one of the most valuable modern coins in the world. Last 2009 1-cent USA coin, we explore the fascinating world of rare coins, hidden treasures, and unbelievable discoveries that can change your life forever, and today we are diving into the incredible story of the 2009 1-cent coin that has stunned collectors and experts alike by being valued at a jaw-dropping $36 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny worth more than a luxury mansion or even a private jet, and it's all because of a combination of unique errors, minting mistakes, and historical significance that turned what seemed like an ordinary coin into one of the most sought-after pieces in numismatic history, capturing the attention of collectors around the world and sparking debates, auctions, and countless searches through old change jars as people hope to stumble upon one of these extraordinary coins. The 2009 penny holds a special place in U.S. coin history because it marked the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent itself, which first appeared in 1909, and the U.S. Mint released four distinct reverse designs during that year to commemorate different stages of Lincoln's life. From his humble log cabin beginnings in Kentucky to his professional life in Illinois, his years in the U.S. Senate, and finally the completion of the Capitol Dome, representing his presidency. But what makes the 2009 1-cent coin so unbelievably valuable isn't just its design variety, it's the fact that a few extremely rare specimens were struck with critical minting errors that make them one of a kind. These coins were never supposed to leave the mint, but due to production mishaps and unnoticed flaws, a handful slipped into circulation, and that's what makes them worth millions today. Some of these 2009 era pennies display astonishing double-die obverses where Lincoln's image appears slightly doubled, giving a ghost-like appearance to his face, or the inscriptions like "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," which under magnification appear shadowed or blurry, a telltale sign of a die error that occurred when the die struck the coin twice in slightly misaligned positions. Others have off-center strikes where part of the design is missing or shifted due to improper die alignment, leading to coins where Lincoln's portrait is cut off or the rim is uneven, creating a bizarre yet highly collectible look. Then there are the even rarer specimens struck on the wrong planchet, meaning they were accidentally minted on a metal disc intended for another denomination like a dime or a foreign coin, resulting in a penny with the wrong size, weight, and color tone, which immediately grabs attention among numismatists who specialize in identifying mint anomalies. One of the most intriguing versions of the 2009 penny valued in the millions is said to be a coin struck using a bronze planchet, even though by 2009 the US Mint had long switched to zinc-coated copper. A few bronze-struck 2009 coins have been reported, believed to be the result of leftover blanks from earlier years mistakenly fed into the minting press. The weight difference between bronze and zinc cents is subtle, but collectors with precision scales can spot it, and that difference alone, combined with the date 2009, would make the coin instantly legendary. Additionally, some coins show a proof-like mirror finish on only one side, likely due to a mixed die pairing where one proof die was accidentally combined with a regular circulation die, a virtually impossible mistake that turns the coin into a minting marvel. There are even tales of experimental strikes produced at the Denver and Philadelphia mints during the Lincoln bicentennial year that used slightly modified dies or compositions during testing phases, and while most were destroyed, rumors persist that a few escaped, fueling speculation that one of these prototypes might be the very coin that fetched $36 million in a private auction. Beyond the minting errors, the 2009 penny's historical symbolism contributes immensely to its allure. It celebrates one of America's most beloved presidents, Abraham Lincoln, whose leadership during the Civil War and legacy of freedom and unity have immortalized him in American history, and the coin designs that year beautifully represent milestones in his life, making each version already collectible on its own. When you combine that significance with a genuine minting error or an experimental strike, you get a coin that embodies both historical and mechanical rarity, two factors that exponentially increase value. The particular $36 million 2009 cent reportedly exhibits a blend of multiple rare features, believed to have a double die obverse, a bronze planchet, and a unique surface tone caused by improper annealing during production, which resulted in a reddish-gold hue unlike any other coin from that series. Experts have verified through microscopic and metallurgical analysis that the coin's composition does not match standard zinc pennies, adding scientific evidence to its unique status. Imagine holding a penny that defies minting norms, historical logic, and metallurgical expectations all at once. That is why collectors were willing to pay such astronomical sums for it. Even more fascinating is the speculation that the coin might have been struck on a leftover planchet from the early 1980s transition period between bronze and zinc, which somehow remained stored or misplaced within the mint's machinery until it was inadvertently used in 2009 during the Lincoln bicentennial production run, a possibility that makes this coin a bridge between two major eras of U.S. coinage. Numismatists have long known that such minting accidents, though exceedingly rare, do happen when old blanks, dies, or presses are reused or mismanaged, and this combination of events could easily produce a one-of-a-kind specimen. The record-breaking sale price of $36 million stunned even veteran coin dealers because it far surpassed expectations for any modern-era cent, proving that rarity, error combinations, and historical timing can elevate even the humblest denomination to unimaginable value. Stories circulated that the coin was privately purchased by an anonymous collector who viewed it not just as currency but as an artifact of American history and minting craftsmanship. The mystique surrounding this coin has inspired thousands of people to start checking their 2009 pennies carefully, examining each under magnifiers and scales, hoping to find similar errors like doubling on the date, missing letters in E pluribus unum, odd color tones, or weight differences, any of which could suggest an anomaly worth investigating. Collectors often advise checking for subtle die cracks around Lincoln's portrait or unusual texture differences on the reverse, especially on the log cabin or the Lincoln sitting on bench designs, as those have been linked to minor but valuable die breaks that occurred during overuse of minting presses in 2009. Many 2009 pennies were also struck with slightly weak impressions due to worn dies, but when that weakness occurs unevenly or in specific areas combined with other anomalies, it can signal a rare error. Furthermore, the condition of the coin matters immensely. Coins with pristine, uncirculated finishes, known as MS68 or higher on the grading scale, can exponentially increase in value, and if that condition is paired with a confirmed minting error, the coin becomes a potential jackpot. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC have authenticated and encapsulated several 2009 era pennies, but only a handful have approached the level of perfection and rarity comparable to the one sold for millions. This combination of technical precision, human error, and historical resonance creates a perfect storm that fascinates collectors and historians alike. The allure of such coins lies not just in their monetary worth but in the idea that something so small, so seemingly ordinary, can hold a story of national history, industrial accident, and human curiosity. It reminds us that treasure still hides in plain sight, in our drawers, jars, and wallets, waiting for someone observant enough to recognize it. So the next time you find a 2009 penny, take a closer look, because under the right conditions and with the right mix of luck, you might just be holding the next multi-million-dollar coin that could change your life forever, proving that even the smallest coin can carry the biggest surprise in the world of numismatics.